Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, and the 2nd verse. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. Hello everyone, and how are y'all doing today? We have come such a long way in our breast cancer journey. After my diagnosis and all the stress and fear, waiting to finally get my first appointment with my breast cancer doctor, I finally got the call. So in this video, I will be talking a little bit about the first few days that I met my breast cancer doctor. Dr. PB is his name. I will be sharing with you some pictures and a little bit of video of my first encounters with him as my breast cancer doctor. Well, my first appointment was basically just talking about the mini scans and then blood work and all that stuff that I will have to go through. Your first appointment, you will not know the stage of your breast cancer. That comes after all the scans. My breast cancer doctor. Let's see, where do I begin? When I first met him after my diagnosis and everything, my first appointment was to just go to him and talk to him about what was going to happen next as far as my scans and what they were going to do for me. But what not really what they were going to do for me at that time, just basically my scans, because at that time they didn't know what stage I was at the time, and it was just right after the beginning. You don't know the stage you're going to be at the beginning. It's just you're going to do some scans and we're going to run some tests and blood tests and all that stuff comes next. So when I met him at a time when I was in a very, very dark place. I was in a lot of pain, mentally pain, and I didn't trust anybody. I was sad. I was depressed. I just in a very dark place. So I was in a very, very dark place, and I was very, very depressed. Couldn't really talk or deal or do much of anything. I was just like in a dark place. When he did talk to me, when I was in my exam room, switch sides, my arm. When I did go to him to see him in the exam room, it was mostly him talking, and I can't even say that I was listening. I was listening. I can hear him talking and everything, but I was just in another place. I was newly diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was still, the pain of it all was still hovering. So when he talked, I would not say nothing. I was just like, I don't know how to explain it. I was just in a very bad place, and I didn't want to talk to anyone. So while he was talking, I would just sit there in my own world, in my own darkness, my own pain. I would just sit there. But on this particular day, he noticed that my mind was somewhere else. I wasn't even looking at him, and he noticed that my mind and everything was just somewhere else, and he stopped talking, and he pushed aside his paperwork, and he turned to me, and he said these words to me. If I cannot do all I can for you, I will not only fail as a doctor, but as a man of God. When he said those words to me, I was incomplete. It was like someone turned the light on in my darkness. The light shined on me. It felt like I was just completely just open and just ready to hear whatever he had to say. Those words I needed to hear so bad at that point in time. I really needed to hear those words. And to hear those words, it just felt like the Lord shined his light on me. And everything he had to say from then on was just like, what we're gonna do to fight this, what we're gonna do to make sure that we get this and I survive. I needed to hear those words. And I thank God for my doctor. I love everything that God has placed in him. The words he said to me was on point. It was on cue, and I needed to hear that. God knows I needed to hear those words, and I was just completely ready to fight. From that day on, I was just ready. To all of your nurses, your family, your mother, everybody that has placed such a positive purpose in your life, that has I'm trying to say it. What I am trying to say is, I thank you so much for all the people who have blessed you and has been such a positive inspiration in your life that made you the person that you are today. I thank all those people, your mom, the good Lord, your father, all of your nurses and your doctors, that's your friends, and just everybody that's around you that have just given you such positivity in your life that made you who you are today. I thank God for those people, and I thank God for everyone, even the breast cancer patients, because I'm sure that you were blessed by them to have known them. Even them, they have made your life such a wonderful blessing to other people. So I thank you so much for everything you have done, Dr. Peavy.